Hi, my dear friends. Punarvas Jayakumar here. So, this video I bring to you the Finance Act 2023, that is the Budget 2023 amendments with respect to direct taxes made by our Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Please watch the video till the end because I will be giving you examples of the hot topic, new tax regime. Okay, so I'll be giving you a lot of examples. Most importantly, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay tuned for a lot of updates on my subjects, direct taxes, and of course, corporate and economic laws. So one important announcement and one important information for you guys. Those who are writing, the CA and CMA students who are writing in May and November this year in 2023, please do not watch this video. You will get confused. Okay, this is for the general information of everybody. So these people do not watch because obviously you will may get confused with the rates, etc. Anyway, so without further ado, let's go ahead with this. So this video is done for professionals and non-professionals also, so you can watch it without getting confused. I'm keeping it very simple. First one, the hot topic: slab rates in the new tax regime. For non-professionals, you can simply remember new tax regime, but for the professionals, for my students, come on guys, you need to remember the section now. Section 115 BAC. This was on Kutti section in CA final. No one cared about it, and in Inter it was there, but now it has assumed a lot of prominence after today, right? So slab rates in the new tax regime have been revised. Maximum exemption limit, earlier it was 2,50,000, it has been increased to 3 lakh. It is only under the new regime, not under the old tax rates, not the old regime. I will give you an example in a while towards the end and explain this in a very better way so that you'll understand. So leave that now. Okay. So just first changes this. Quick changes. We are going to just discuss everything quickly. Don't worry. This part with example towards the end. Second. So guys, in India, as the FM rightly said, we are the tax rate for individuals. It's the it's one of the highest in the world, especially something called as MMR. People who are high net worth individuals whose income is more than 5 crore, etc., they have a surcharge of almost 37% on that excess income. And moreover, the maximum marginal rate, MMR, is 42.774%, one of the highest in the world. So to appease such people, what Nirmala Madam has done now is the highest surcharge rate, which is 37%, has now been reduced to 25% in the new tax regime. So this is the second important change. Only important changes in direct taxes I am going to cover. First one, of course, the hot topic. Third hot topic also will be covered, that is section 87A, rebate. The rebate limit in the new tax regime has been increased to 7 lakh. Earlier it was 5 lakh. Now it is increased to 7 lakh. The implication of point number 1 and point number 3, I will be doing with, illustrations towards the end. Okay. Please hold on. Point number 4. Now, cooperative societies had normal slab rates with some figures, and also there was one more section called 115 BAD. Where they had to pay a tax of 22% with a 10% surcharge. Now, to ensure more and more cooperative societies will come, of course, they have to give up certain exemptions, but there is a reduced tax rate of just 15%, which is available to the new cooperative societies, subject to them giving up certain exemptions and deductions, which will anyway be released. It's already released. That's fine. So this is for cooperative societies. That's an important change for cooperative societies, right? Fourth change. Moving on to 5. All right, guys. So we know there is something called as presumptive taxation. So for eligible businesses, that is under 44 AD, if your gross receipts or total turnover is 2 crore, you need to pay tax of around 6 to 8%. 6% in some cases, 8% in other cases. It was there. Now, from that 2 crore, they have now increased it to 3 crore. So anybody who is earning, that is those who come under the eligible businesses, predominantly your MSMEs, which come under the eligible businesses. For MSME specifically now, what they have done is, if their turnover is less than or equal to 3 crore, it doesn't exceed 3 crore, and provided their cash receipts is maximum 5%, the cash receipts in the entire year is maximum 5%, which means minimum 95% should be routed through banking channels, is what they want to tell. If you are honest like that, I will give you a benefit. that extra 1 crore benefit. Earlier, only if your turnover is up to 2 crore, now that limit has been increased to 3 crore for 4480. 4480, if you saw my video previously, this was one of the suggestions raised by the CA Institute. Lot of professionals are there, small time chartered accountants, mid-sized chartered accountants, professionals, company secretaries, etc., who are earning money up to like 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, whatever the case may be. So for them, there was this presumptive taxation of 44 ADA. So now they had requested to increase the limit. So if your gross receipts is less than or equal to 50 lakh, you can offer 50% of that as income tax, for tax basically. So now what they have done is that limit of 50 lakh is now increased to 75 lakhs. So that is what we have discussed. Again, provided at least 95% of the receipts and payments are through banking channels, as we have already discussed. This is a fifth important point. Point number 6. So we have long-term capital gain. So in long-term capital gain, we have exemption. There are two exemptions, section 54 and 54 capital F. Both these exemptions are towards purchase of a new residential house property. Under section 54, it is when you sell a house and buy a house, 54 you will get. 54F is when you sell any other capital asset other than house property, but you end up buying the house property. Then the exemption was granted. To prevent misuse, the entire capital gain exemption now is capped at 10 crore, which is quite a high amount, no problem, 10 crore rupees. So if you are buying at some 40 crore, etc., the capital gain of 40 crore, that etc. is not allowed. The exemption is limited only to up to 10 CR. This is this is the change number 6. Point number 7. There is a section called AT-IAC, whereby if you are a startup, to encourage lots of startups, in India, there is one show called TVF Pictures, which was released in 2015. 2015 was the year when suddenly, people woke up to the idea of startups, and Bangalore is and will be one of the hubs for startup culture in our country. So startups, what had happened was, that's why in order to give benefit to startups, from 1/4/2016 to 31/3/2023, if you are incorporated within this period, that is almost from 2016 to 23, then you could have claimed exemption under AT-IAC, tax exemption. What is the tax exemption? 100% of your income is exempt from tax for 3 assessment years out of 10 assessment years. This was the thing. But your incorporation should have happened up till 2023. Now that has been further enhanced. All the companies now who's incorporated till 31/3/2024 can definitely claim the exemption. So it's a very welcome change again for the startup ecosystem in our country. Moving on. Yes, section 194N. Section 194N. This is about, TDS limit on cash withdrawals increased to 3 crore for cooperative societies. So let me just show you that relevant thing. I'll take it from a material itself. So just to explain, guys, if you are a banking company, this is only for cooperative society. If you are a cooperative society and somebody is coming to you and you're a cooperative society and they're asking to withdraw cash from your cooperative society, if the withdrawal was exceeding 1 crore, you had to deduct TDS. You means if you are a cooperative society, you have to deduct TDS at the rate of 2%, provided that person furnished the PAN and other KYC details. Now, if he did not do so, that rate was increased to 5% for amounts exceeding 1 crore. It was always 1 crore if you see. That limit only for cooperative societies, mind you, not for banking company, etc. Now today, if you go to a bank and withdraw more than 1 crore, same provisions will apply. Only for cooperative society, my dear friends, what has happened is that limit from 1 crore has now been increased to 3 CR. From 1 crore, it has been increased to 3 crore. That is the change. Now, so if you are a senior citizen, that is more than 60 years, or if you are more than 55 but less than 60, but you have taken superannuation, voluntary retirement, etc., there are two schemes. One is the senior citizen savings scheme and the other one is monthly income account scheme, which you can open. Now, in the senior citizen savings scheme, the deposit amount was limited to just 15 lakh. And in the monthly income account scheme, it was 4.5 lakhs for a single account holder and 9 lakhs to a joint account holder. That has been increased now. And the senior citizen savings scheme in March 23, if I'm not wrong, the interest rate was hiked to 8%. So interest rate is 8%, first of all, and moreover, the limit now from 15 lakhs, it has been doubled to 30 lakhs. A welcome change, undoubtedly. And the monthly income account scheme, in that 4.5 lakhs, it has been doubled again to 9 lakhs for single account. And for joint holder, from 9 lakh, it has been increased to 15 lakh rupees. This is one more change. And yes, Mahila Samman Saving Certificate. So this is a special scheme now which will be launched only for 2 years. It is there till 2025. You can deposit 2 lakh rupees in the name of a lady, in the name of a girl, and you will be getting 7.5% interest. For the benefit of that lady, you can open 7.5% interest for those 2 lakh rupees. Yes. So Mahila Samman Saving Certificate for women and girls offered for 2 years with 7.5% interest rate. Now guys, coming to the hot topic of discussion, old regime versus new regime. Now what was there before? Let us discuss. This is the old regime, right? This is the old regime. Old regime was the default, slab rate. Up to 2,50,000, how much was the tax payable? Nil. It was basic exemption. 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. And above 10 lakh, it was 30%. This was the normal tax rates. And there was a new regime that was brought under 115 BAC with different, tax rates. Now, this part which is there has been amended. Yes. Right? So the new regime I told you till now was this. Up to 2,50,000 nil. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 slabs were given. 6 slabs. It was creating confusion and all those things. But guys, under the new regime, the new budget, that's what if you see FM also has told, instead of 6 layers, we have made it 5 slabs. So first is reduction of 6 slabs to 5 slabs. And then from 2,50,000, that exemption limit is now up to 3 lakh. Exemption limit is up to 3 lakh. And the rates also 3 lakh to 6 lakh, 5%, 6 lakh to 9 lakh, 10%, 9 lakh to 12 lakh, 15%, 12 lakh to 15 lakh, 20%. Above 15 lakh, you will be getting, or you will be taxed at 30%. Now, under this one, see, this was the old tax rates, old regime. This is the new regime till now. Under the new regime till now, till yesterday, what happened was you could not claim any deductions under section 80C except a few 2-3 deductions. Apart from that, none of the chapter 6 deductions you could have claimed, like 80C, your life insurance premium, your 80D, that is your medical insurance premium, all that you cannot claim. And also a standard income from salary, especially standard deduction of 50,000 could not have been claimed. Your professional income, professional tax payment 2,400 could not be claimed. Chapter 6 deductions except a few could not be claimed. But it had a, regularized and slightly lesser slab rate. So you could either choose the old one, this one, where you can claim all the deductions, 80C, 80D, 80CD, all those things, or you could do this without claiming any deductions. And once you shift this way, you cannot come back here. All those provisions were there. Now, is there any good coming out of it is the question. So we have to do some analysis, simply not reading like this, right? So if you see 2,50,000 has become 3 lakh, first change. See, this remains the same. Mind you, this remains the same. This was the default tax rates. 3 major changes have come. One change is what? 2,50,000 has become 3 lakh. Change number 1. Second change, important change, is this is no longer the default now. This has become a choice. I'll tell you why this was made. This has become a choice. And whereas this one now is now the new normal. This is the default tax rates. CA inter, CA final people, CMA people, CS people, institute will now start changing all the slab rates even in the questions. In the questions, this also will come. And now 115 BAC, one kutti section was there, no one cared about it. Since this has been made into a default section, all calculations will be based on this. Right? Both they'll ask now. So it will be good for CA inter and CA final also. And for us faculty, we will die now. You have to sit and change all the rates. Once we'll be happy seeing the budget, now then we'll be crying now. Sitting, you have to change all the notes, everything will change next time. Leave it. That is our job. Okay. Anyway, coming back to the discussion. 3 lakh to 6 lakh, 5%, 6 lakh to 9 lakh, 10%, 9 lakh to 12 lakh, 15%, 12 to 15, yes. So first change was what? This slab rate. Second change was this one. Third change, guys. Third change. This 50,000 standard deduction is there. No, 50,000. That is now available here. Third change. 50,000 standard deduction is available here. For salary 15.5 lakh and above. For 15 lakh and above. There's a figure 15.4 lakh and above. The standard deduction also is increased to some extent. That is a little complicated. Let's not go there. Let's keep it simple. Okay, let's keep it simple. Basically, the standard deduction is available, which was available for the in the old regime, standard deduction of 50,000, which was actually not available till now in the new regime, is also available. Third change is also available. Third change. First change is this. Second change is it's become the default. Third change is this. And fourth most important change is the concept of rebate. Rebate, Nirmala Madam tells that up to 7 lakhs under the new regime. If your income, your total income is nothing but income after all the deductions. If your total income is up to 7 lakhs, you will pay tax 25,000, but you will get like a cashback. That cashback is called rebate. So 25,000 minus 25,000, you will not be paying any tax. Sir, like this if you explain, how will we understand? No problem. We will give analysis. So my dear friend, this is the analysis. Gross total income. See, this is the old regime and new regime. New regime means what? Now. Nirmala Madam's new regime from today. Old regime means what? This old tax rate, which was the default before this one. So for our calculation, I am not going to discuss this. This is old, gone. Things of the past. As of now, what is there? You either choose this, all the people, you either choose this or you choose this. This is still there. You can choose if you want to. You can choose if you want to. So for my calculation purposes, I have taken, everybody will have some ATC deduction of 1,50,000. It's a basic that anybody will plan for. And ATD, medical insurance, they'll have 25,000. I have taken that as a standard. Now guys, if your gross total income is, and I have already assumed that standard deduction of 50k is already taken for everybody, to make it very simple, because 50,000 is available here also, 50,000 is available here also, right? Since it's available in both the places, I have taken it, has already adjusted, is already adjusted. Okay, now tell me guys, ATC, this is the old regime. ATC, you will get this deduction. What will be the next taxable income? 3,25,000. The new regime, on the other hand, these deductions are not allowed. So on full 5 lakh it will be taxed. Tax liability will be 3,750. Even under the old regime, there is a rebate to the tune of 12,500 rupees anyway. So you'll get rebate, no tax, no tax. Here also no tax, no tax. So if you are earning 5 lakh rupees after all deductions, it is immaterial whether you choose the old regime or the new regime. Provided you have this ATC and ATD. I'm assuming this is the basic that you will have. Let's say if your salary is income from salary 6 lakh rupees, 6 lakh. Both, I have to compare both, right? In the old regime, my dear friends, this is the benefit that you will get. Net taxable income will be so much. This will be so much. Tax liability will be 8,750. Rebate also you will get 0 tax. 0 tax. Things will change if your salary is 7 lakh. Under the old regime, after all deductions, you will get 5,25,000. Tax liability is 17,500. There is no rebate under 87A because your income, this one, taxable income is beyond 5 lakh. Since your taxable income is beyond 5 lakh, there is no rebate, which means along with the cess, you'll have to pay 18,200. But under the new regime, my dear friends, as I told you, 25,000 is the tax, but 25,000 is the cashback, rebate, 0. So this really, as she told, middle class, honest taxpayers, instead of paying 18,200 rupees, now you will be paying 0. So this is a very good change. If let us say it is 8 lakh, if it is 8 lakh, if you see, you would have paid earlier 39,000. Now you are paying marginally less, 36,400. Alright, some 2,600 rupees less, which you can use to take your girlfriend, boyfriend, etc., wife, girlfriend, etc., everybody to wear for movie, popcorn, all those things. Just kidding, guys. Come on. Next, if two more examples. If it is, let's say, 9,50,000, in that case, you see, guys, again, huge change, right? If you see, tax liability will be 70,200, whereas under the new regime with 9,50,000, though you are not getting any reductions, your tax liability is reduced by almost 15,000 rupees, 15,000 or 15,800 rupees, you will be getting this off. If your salary is 11,50,000, there also you see, guys, considerable amount. As she mentioned, the government is foregoing almost around 30,000 crores, 30,000 plus crores of income tax because of this. They are foregoing that income. So that is what it is because of this. Then you see, if it is 14,50,000, if that happens to be your, salary, old regime, you will be paying 2,02,800. Under the new regime, crazy, 1,45,600. And again, if it's 15,40,000, I will not go beyond 15,40,000 because I told you even the rebate amount, even the standard deduction has changed. Let me not make it complicated. Because I'm stopping it here. 15,40,000. So again, 13,65,000 on that tax is 222. Whereas here, my dear friends, after all that it is 1,68,000. Again, huge savings. Good savings for the, middle class, honest taxpayer, so to speak. So guys, if you have any other queries with respect to classes, etc., this is all our credentials. Hope you enjoyed the video. Try to make it as crisp as possible. Take care. Please share this video to everybody so they can get the benefit and understand what do you mean by the new tax regime. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.